Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Joey Galvez, one half of your host of Explain Yourself, and I want to let you guys know about a really cool book from our friend of the show, Eli Shockey. This one is called The Greylock, and it's a story where magic is a commodity. Potions are sold at corner stores. Orcs and dwarves earn a living in cubicles, not on the battlefields. But there are those who resist the house's magic's laws. Branded a criminal and forced to live as a wand for hire, there is a spell slinger they call the Greylock. Check this one out. You guys can pre-order issue 3 right now with code JAN241939, and make sure you guys are heading over to your favorite LCS and letting them know that you want Greylock number 3, and maybe pick up the first 2 issues. You could do that at the Scout web store. So make sure you guys are grabbing the Greylock number 3, JAN241939 at previewsworld.com.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All Too Real 2. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is
Matthew McConaughey.
All right, so does that mean that somehow your DNA, through some kind of magic or, I don't know, some kind of bad science experiment, was spliced with Matthew McConaughey's?
Oh, most definitely.
Okay. Does this give you any kind of superpowers?
No, I just basically just say, all right. It's pretty much my only thing, if you will.
But that somehow will bring the world together, I think.
That and, those 3D Doritos that I was going to get at the store the other night, but then I forgot because I needed orange juice. So then I went to go get orange juice, but the store was closing, so I had to hurry up. So I had to walk all the way to the back to get the orange juice. Then I went into the chip aisle, and I was like, I know I need to get some chips. I mean, I don't need to, obviously, but it's not like chips are a necessity food group. But
yes.
And I was looking through, and I'm like, oh shoot, they're gonna close like in 5 minutes, so I better find. So then I just got the all dressed Ruffles, which are still great chips. One of my favorite brand of chips.
I do not recommend drinking the orange juice and eating the chips together.
Oh no, that's not something I would do. No.
Just from experience, just recommend it,
No, so I was gonna go. So I ended up getting those instead of the 3D Doritos, which fine, whatever. Maybe I'll get them some other time. Mm-hmm. I was gonna get some Dr. Pepper.
Technically, though, aren't all Doritos in 3D?
Yeah, but this is like,
I know.
they're not in 3D. Well, they are technically. Yeah, they're shaped like a triangle, though. This is like it's better. I don't know. It's just basically like Bugles, I think. Really, yeah. I mean, that's the only whatever. It's basically Bugles with Cool Ranch. Okay, not a big deal. But and then so I was gonna get some soda, like some Dr. Pepper maybe, and I forgot because I was like rushing to get out of there. So then I went to a gas station to get some Dr. Pepper, and then I ran into my own Matthew McConaughey. Well, I didn't run into him. I overheard him talking to the person that works at the gas station. This is at 11 o'clock at night, mind you. And then I start overhearing him. And I already know. I'm like, this is one of these guys. So he's like, yeah, something just told me to talk to you, to ask you what really makes you happy. Like what do you really want to do with your life? I'm like, oh God.
Are we sure
one of
this
these
wasn't
people.
like really the Matthew McConaughey? Because
No, this guy was bald, so I'm pretty sure it wasn't him. But
maybe he shaved his head.
it's possible, but he didn't have his accent. And so he just goes on and on, like, yeah, I had some stuff going on in my life a few years ago, and that's neither here nor there. And I'm like, oh God, it's the caveat guy. It's the guy who like has to like preface everything he says with like, just for your perspective, or I'm like, okay, this is gonna go on for like 15 hours. So like, he's like, I want you to really think about like take 2 weeks, like just sit at home like with your husband or whoever, and just like really sit there and think about like what do you want to do? What do you really want to do with your life? I'm like, oh God. So we got like motivational speaker gas station guy here. Like, and there's someone outside waiting for him in the car. I don't know how long this guy's been there before I got there.
I'm very worried that this guy's going to start a cult.
That's what I'm worried about. Well, I was worried about because like I don't trust these kind of people anymore. I'm sorry, like that might be a prejudice. Like whenever I hear someone talk about how they believe in God and how like they're holding someone else up by talking to them, like I actually fear that they have a potential for violence, and that's just because of everything that they've done over the past year. They're so like I got a prejudice now.
Let's just hope he's just a pothead.
I don't think so, because he said something like he searched the Lord, and that's a very evangelical Christian type of phrase.
Are you sure he didn't say he was just listening to Lord?
No, I'm pretty sure he said he wasn't. and then he found the answers. He said that he wanted to. Then he was working construction for like years, and he liked that. But then after a while, he started getting restless and realized that wasn't the path for him. So then he tried to do welding, I guess. But then like they like made him work for like 13-hour days for like 6 weeks straight, and then like they didn't hire him on technically, so they pretty much just like used him as like like a temp worker basically. So then he decided to go to school and do something, and I don't really. At that point, I just brought up my soda. I'm like, I can't overhear this for like the next 6 hours, so I'm just gonna have to go up there to kind of get him to leave. And then he did. So if he ever listens to this, I hope he doesn't get mad. But just a little piece of advice, don't like these employees, dude. Like they have to listen to you. Like it's not like
especially when there's like one poor woman or man behind the counter there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's not like they're having this I mean, they might enjoy the conversation, sure, but it's not. They don't have a choice in the matter. So it's like don't do. I mean, people do the same thing like too, where like they'll see like a cute girl, or woman behind the counter, and they'll like like try to ask her out. It's like, dude, like come on, like like wait until she's on break at least, and even then, she might want to actually do something on her break instead of like listening to you, like with your pickup lines that you've rehearsed or learned or whatever type of thing. It's like they're in customer service, okay? They have to talk to you. Like, don't. Anyway.
So speaking of crazy things,
but man.
Today on the show we are covering another pilot for I believe this was an unaired pilot.
Yeah.
For a television show called Little Mermaid's Island, which was made in 1991, shortly after the Little Mermaid animated movie was out in theaters. And I've never done any kind of drugs, like acid or anything of that nature. But somehow after this morning, I feel like I have. I mean, I've had an interesting morning to begin with. We're recording this in the early afternoon today. Normally we do at night. But yeah, I had an interesting morning where I watched this, babysat my great niece, and got peed on. So I've had a great day. So. But anyways, the Little Mermaid's Island was a show that was proposed by Muppets creator Jim Henson during his short talks with the Walt Disney Company. Because this was right before Jim Henson passed away. They were talking about the Muppets and Jim Henson's company in general being bought by Disney, which ended up happening later on after he passed away, but it didn't happen right away. It changed hands a few times before it ended up with Disney. The Muppets did, at least. They don't own all of Jim Henson's stuff, just the Muppets. But anyways, this was intended to air, like I said, on the Disney Channel. And it was made with puppets against blue screen and some human characters interacting with them. According to this Disney fandom page I'm reading, filming took place in a very old studio once owned by Mary Pickford in the Silver Lake district of Los Angeles. Mary Pickford, mind you, she was the star of silent film and one of the first people to start Universal Artists. So that tells you how old that studio was, probably, at the time.
Right.
The Henson Workshop created all the puppets. But Jim Henson didn't really work directly on the show. And it was one of the few productions done while the company was in transition to Disney right before Jim died. So this was, The show starred Marietta de Prima as Ariel. It also had Clive Revel as Grimsby. I can't talk. Yeah, Grimsby. Clive. Just a little interesting trivia here. In the original release of Empire Strikes Back, he was the voice of the Emperor.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. So
that's wild.
Yeah, just kind of interesting little tidbit about him. The character of basically he was reconceived here because in the movie he was kind of a grumpy character. But in this, he's a jovial sea captain who lived on an island near Ariel.
Right.
Ambrosius from The Labyrinth was reused as Max the sheepdog. And there was also a random full-body puppet called Scales the Dragon, voiced by Jim Cummings. We did have Samuel Wright, rest in peace, he just passed away. I don't know when this will air, but the week that we are recording this is when he passed away. Buddy Hackett also reprised his role as Scuttle. And then you also had the characters of Flotsam and Jetsam, which were the evil fish characters. I don't know what kind of fish they were, but they were evil.
They're eels.
Yeah, that's what it is. Eels. Yeah. Because, like I said, I felt like I was on acid when I was watching this.
Yep.
And there was also the... you did have... what's his face? The... the character of... oh, boy. Why am I blanking? Flounder. Flounder. And he also had a twin sister named Sandy, which is a weird name for a fish.
Yeah, get it, Sandy?
Yeah. So, yeah. This The pilot episode was called Sebastian's Birthday. What happens in this episode here, Matt?
Okay. So it's one of those episodes that you're well familiar with, probably, if you've grown up in that era, or perhaps even in this modern era. But basically, it's the whole, they forgot my birthday, type of thing because they're planning a surprise party. Can I just say too? Okay, like I always absolutely hated that that thing in TV. Like, why would you? Okay, so like just from like a friendship point of view, like, okay, you're trying to do a surprise party, but why would you want your friend or other loved one think for an entire day that you've forgotten about their birthday? So like, you're gonna allow this person to just roam around the streets or just sulk all day long, thinking that everyone in their life who's important to them has forgotten their birthday, just so that like for like a half hour they can go surprise. Like, wait, so for 15 hours of the day this person has basically felt like shit because of what you did. Like,
in the real world, Matt, what are your feelings on surprise parties from either side of the coin? Like, either preparing them for your friend or having them sprung on you.
I don't know about surprise parties, but like a surprise like dinner, something like that would be okay. But the thing is, though, I had to preface by like, don't make it seem like you've forgotten their birthday for the entire day, and then you go like,
yeah,
so like,
you can at least say happy birthday to somebody without revealing the fact that they have a surprise party coming up.
Right. So like for me, it'd be like, like you just, you might, give them like a present or just, or just acknowledge their birthday or whatever. And maybe, talk to them, but then like be like, oh, hey, do you want to hang out a little bit later or whatever? And then, it turns out that you like, you end up going to a restaurant or something like that for like a birthday thing.
The thing with it is, no matter what, you end up having to lie to your friend.
Yeah, to some extent.
Yeah, because like imagine, like say you're planning a surprise party for me, and then I say to you, hey Matt, you want to come over and hang out, but the surprise party's over at somebody else's house.
Right.
And you're like, no, I can't hang out tonight.
Exactly. Or yeah, let's go hang out over here, and it's like,
yeah.
Oh wait, we hardly ever go to that person's house. Yeah, I know. Let's go up there.
Let's randomly hang out at Dave and Buster's. Wait, what?
Exactly. Or like, not Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Really? No. Be honest, I never liked that place as a kid, Chuck E. Cheese.
No, it's creepy.
I had Major Magics, which was a chain kind of around here.
I liked Major Magics. There was also, when I was a real little kid, there was a place called the Razzmatazz.
Oh, cool.
And I swear nobody else remembers this place but me. And it was basically like a Chuck E. Cheese, from Wish, but it was like it was just so cheap, and it was even cheaper than Major Magics. So yeah,
oh god,
it was pretty lame, but I liked it. We used to go to it when I was a kid. But I did love Major Magics and going in there and playing the
their Soldier Boy breadsticks were great.
Yeah, I liked going in there and playing the game, Turtles, the Ninja Turtles game. That was fun.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite. Yeah.
Which I really kind of want to get the arcade one-up version of that just to have it.
Yeah, I know,
but I can't afford it right now. Anyway, so the the show. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
That I'm avoiding talking about. Yes, the show.
So it's his birthday. Everyone forgets, or they claim they forget.
Yeah.
Right. And then this bird dude, what's his name? I forgot his name. Scuttle. He's like hard of hearing, and he also takes everything literally, kind of thing.
Yeah.
He Sebastian says it's his birthday, and Scuttle thinks he said it's Bird Day, so they made a day just for birds. So he thinks like it's his special day. Okay, whatever. And stupid character in my opinion, but like totally useless for the plot. Didn't need him at all. But and then like there's a lot of songs in this episode.
Yeah,
There's,
they sing like incessantly. They like sing more than anything.
Like the episode's 24. Oh, by the way, too, that's the other thing. The theme song was so long; it went on for like 2 minutes. Like,
and they played it twice at the beginning and at the end.
Right. So technically, the show itself is only about 19 minutes long.
Yeah.
And then there's 5 songs within that 19 minutes,
including a random dragon. There's a dragon in this show.
Yep.
Who, like, raps or something.
Yep. Oh, God.
I did see that, right, Matt?
Yes, I did see. You talked about like an acid trip. This is felt kind of like like if I smoke too much pot, which I haven't done in a long time. But like where it's just like that reality exists, so it's not like you're full blown hallucinating, but it's just like one of those feelings like this is really weird.
like I woke up from a weird dream and I watched this, and I wanted to go back to my dream because it felt more like reality.
Right. Yeah, like a fever dream. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a fever dream. Like when you get really I've had those where you just get really sick and you just start having these really weird dream / like hallucination / dreams kind of hybrid thing going on. You're sort of like half asleep, but you can start like hearing the voices from your dream a little bit, very, very faintly. Yeah.
That's what it's like watching the show. Do you want to take a break really quick here, Matt, and then we'll come back and talk about the rest of the episode somehow?
Yeah.
We'll be right back, folks.
What is Gen X? What is the silent generation? What do generations have in common? Hi, I'm Trish the Dish from the Gen X Voice podcast, and I invite you to listen to conversations I have with folks from different generations, backgrounds, beliefs, and experiences in an attempt to see what connects rather than divides us. Even though Gen X has been called slackers, Karens, or not mentioned at all in some cases, we are the bridge generation, so I feel compelled to do my part to destroy ageism by bringing all these voices together. And, as a bonus, each guest gets to answer some 80s questions at the end of each show. So download and listen to Gen X Voice today on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And let's see how much we have in common after all.
Hi, this is Catherine, host of a new fashion podcast, The Real Fashion School Dropout. Join me as I interview guests every week in the fashion and beauty space, and we gossip on all things fashion and beauty, and even get into some personal stories of their journey in the industry. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Hope to see you there.
So when I was thinking about going on tour, Matt, in my my bottomless ace skating tour.
Yeah, I remember.
I needed to change my name, and so I was going by John Coolsack.
Nice.
You think I should keep that?
I think that's a great name, actually.
Mm-hmm. Now I was thinking, maybe combining the Disney on Ice with this, and pulling back these, these puppets from the show, and bringing them on the ice with me.
I think that's a splendid idea, actually.
Okay, so it's going to be like me and Scuttle.
I would go ahead. The worst character of the episode. Okay,
yes.
But
I don't know. I'm thinking that it's a tie between Scuttle and Scales, and maybe the rest of the cast too. But
right.
Oh, rest in peace, Samuel E. Wright as Sebastian. The only
I know.
the only
Like,
bastion. He's the bastion of hope in the episode, playing
Yeah,
Sebastian.
the only bastion of hope. Yeah, exactly.
The
You know what?
Sebastian
That's
of
so
hope.
great. Sebastian of hope. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's so messed up about that too is like we were just I was just like I was like I didn't know what to pick, so I'm like, you know what? I've seen this thing floating around, on like the pilot, channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this looks bad. How about we just do this? And then then we find out that he dies like 2 days later. I'm like, Jesus
Yeah, it's pretty
Christ.
sad, but
It is sad.
oh well, it happens, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
in this episode, there was incessant singing, and really badly written songs too. No offense
Yeah.
to anybody that wrote them. I mean, I know you were doing the best that you could for a show that was geared towards like your Disney Junior audience or whatever the fuck this was, and I mean, honestly, if I had to choose between watching this and like just watching like the Wiggles and Teletubbies like on a loop in my brain,
Right.
I think I'd go with the Wiggles and Teletubbies.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And Yo
So it's
Gabba
that
Gabba.
bad, huh?
Maybe some Yo Gabba Gabba in there too. And yeah.
Yo, Gabba. Yeah,
Which is the most fun show to say.
it is. Yo, Gabba, man.
Yep. So
Gabba, yeah.
we end up
Gabba do. What's it?
we end up having a song sung by Scuttle, and then we have a song sung by because like Sebastian is joined by a chorus of oysters and a song about his own birthday. Then he's
Right.
followed by another song by Ariel and Flounder, which convinces the crab that they are too busy to play with him on his birthday.
Yeah.
And then on his way to visit Scales, the dragon, which was created just for this fucking show, Flotsam and Jetsam try to convince Sebastian that his friends have forgotten his special day and that they no longer care about him.
Right.
Yeah. So
Like, okay.
then he goes to see Scales. And then the dragon goes into yet another musical number to try to mask the noise of Sebastian's birthday balloons popping. And then Sebastian, who's heading home with a headache, which I don't fucking blame him for. Because I would have had a fucking headache if I had to listen to all my fucking friends sing songs, and then for some reason I decided to sing a song with some like, some people that come out of nowhere singing in the background, like I don't know.
What you wouldn't just want your friends just to sing random songs all day long?
That would be like the worst fucking birthday ever. No offense
Like, if
to
I
any of
just
my
showed
friends. Because
If I just showed up-
many of my friends have beautiful voices, including you, Matt. But no, I don't want you singing on my birthday.
I mean, like, what? You don't want me to show up like dressed as a dragon at like right as you start to go to sleep, and just start popping balloons and then start talking about my love for noise, which is such a weird thing. I'm actually kind of scared for that guy. Like who just like declares their love for noise? Like oh man, like what do you got going on, dude? Like are you like are you trying to like?
I mean, he all of a sudden is like in like a performance of Stomp or Bring in the Noise, Bring in the Funk or something, and he's like playing weird noises and strange instruments and stuff, and I'm just like, fuck you, dude. And
I know.
and then Sebastian, has a headache.
I mean, I'd have a headache after all this.
Yeah.
And then I still can't get over the fact, though, that, okay, so again, it's like the whole, like, make your friend think you forgot about their birthday, which again is just terrible in itself. But like the song that Ariel and them sang literally said they're too busy to spend time with him. Like just really twist the knife some more. Like, I mean, come on.
Yep. It's like, you suck, dude. We forgot your birthday, and now we're just going to do other shit because you suck and we don't care, and your birthday sucks. I'm gonna write a song. That's what I'm gonna do on your birthday, Matt.
Okay.
I'm gonna write a song, and it's gonna be called "You Suck and I Have No Time for You." And
then of course it's gonna be a huge surprise party after I've been crying the entire day.
We all show up. We all show up at our friend's place that we were planning the surprise party for, and he killed himself because we fucking made him so depressed all day.
God.
Surprise! Wait.
Surprise!
Sebastian's dead! Wait.
Whoa. Yeah, that got really dark.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Anyways, so,
what the fuck happened? The guy who was, controlling the boat, he
okay,
figured something out.
Yeah, so basically what ends up happening here is, Sebastian meets those eels once again, who reinforce the message that friends are unnecessary. Then Grimsby and Max, the sheepdog, dock at the pier with the 3-layer birthday cake while they meet up with the confused Scuttle. So the Seagull and Grimsby sing another song. God fucking songs. Anyways, as they head towards the party. It was a song about the fucking cake and shit. Anyways, so...
Yeah, the team has a song about the cake. Why not also make a song about the ingredients of the cake while we're at it,
Can't you just talk to each other? Like, does everybody fucking sing in this world? Like, okay, anyways. It's why, when I was a kid, I never liked musicals, because I never understood the randomness of people just breaking into song. I mean, I respect musicals and love musicals now, but when I was a kid, I just never understood that concept.
It's very jarring. I mean, yeah it's like...
I mean, I don't mind, like operettas and stuff where it's just, completely sung the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, something like Rent is pretty much sung the whole time. Hamilton is pretty much sung the whole time. I like those type of things. But when you have the thing where it's like, hi, how are you? Oh, I'm good. I'm so happy that I met you. Stuff like that. That just makes no fucking sense to me. Why are you talking to her 1 second and then all of a sudden fucking singing? Like, what the fuck?
You know what we should do? We should take Little Mermaid's Island and turn it into a musical now.
Yeah, I think Disney might have a problem with that.
Yeah. I mean, probably, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do they even want to be associated with the fact that this even is made? But
that's why they'd probably have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Because we'd have to change all the characters and... Yeah. But anyways...
You know what's really messed up? Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Is that... because the show is still... Because, mind you, I watched this last night before I went to bed. That was probably not the best thing to do right before going to bed.
No.
But I know what was distracting me was the fact that I thought that the actress who played Ariel was really cute. And that was, the only good thing about it for me, basically.
Well, at least you weren't, attracted to Scuttle or something.
Oh, right. But she ruined it for me by singing that terrible song about not having time for her best friend. So it's well, that ruined it for me. But then again, she doesn't exist for eye candy, so I guess it's, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, after Grimsby sings his fucking song about birthday cakes, Ariel has broken Sebastian's present while attempting to wrap it.
Of course.
So, you know what that means, Matt?
No, I don't. What does it mean?
She's got to sing a song about it.
Of course, you gotta sing a song about breaking the fucking. What was it? She broke
like a teacup or some bullshit.
Some bullshit teacup. Like he gives a shit about tea. Really, that's the other thing. How are you drinking shit underwater and eating cake underwater?
Every time I eat cake, I go underwater, man.
Well, then again, it's Little Mermaid's island, so I guess they have a nice little island that they can all meet together on. Whatever. But again, how are you making a cake, especially a 3-layer cake, on a fucking boat? Where'd you get the ingredients? Where'd you get the sugar? Where'd you get the frosting? You know, these are questions that I need answered because that's more important to me than whatever the fuck Scuttle's doing.
Well, so you wanted like a song with the backstory of how he made the cake?
Not a song, just explaining it. No, not a song. Definitely not another song. I don't need to be like, I went to the market and bought a pound of sugar and then some sweet frost. No, gunfire. No. Okay.
Well, maybe you just went to a baker and bought the cake.
I suppose, but where are they? Where they go to land?
I'm sure it's near. I'm sure it's near some country of some sort.
I guess, but anyway, so okay, so what happened? I mean, how did this thing end?
Okay, so after she sings her number about their friendship and ponders another gift to give to the crab, they convince Sebastian to come to Scale's cave, and then a reprise of Sebastian's birthday song is sung.
God damn it.
And Ariel presents the crab with his present, a framed poem written by the mermaid. Not only is there songs in this thing, there's also poetry.
So translation, she broke an actual present that she was going to give to him. And then it's like, oh shit, I'll just go write a poem for him right now off the fly. And then I'll just frame it. It's like, you know what? Maybe you really didn't have time for your friend. Maybe that song wasn't a ruse. Maybe you just didn't have time. You're like, I just write some shit down and frame it. There you go, Sebastian. Happy birthday. Go fuck yourselves. The show was meant for like preschoolers.
The show should have been called Sebastian, Go Fuck Yourself.
Yeah, that would have been a better, just like 2 minute long theme music and just Sebastian, go fuck yourself. Sorry, that just really got to me.
So as the show ends, Sebastian blows his candles out on his cake. And he blew them so hard that they're covered scuttle with frosting, and everything was funny, and then we get to hear the fucking theme song again.
Yeah.
And again, Sebastian, go fuck yourself.
That's the sequel to, like, we should just do make our own musical that's just called Sebastian, Go Fuck Yourself. And it's just all of his friends just ignoring him for no reason.
And he never has the surprise party.
Yeah, there's no surprise party. Because that's what he thinks is going to happen. He's like, you know what? Maybe it's like the reverse of this. Like, maybe they're all just pretending. Like, no.
That's another, like, TV trope where there's, like, a birthday, and people forgot about the guy's birthday, so the guy thinks, oh, you guys are planning a surprise party for me, aren't you? And
exactly.
So then they're kind of forced to have a fucking surprise party last minute. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna invite all your friends, and they don't know any of their friends, and you end up having like random people from work there and shit. So you want to take another quick break here, Matt, and then we can read some reviews of this?
Sure.
Okay, we'll be right back, folks.
It's the ninja from the Ask the Angry Ninja Show saying, come listen to the show. We got the ninja wife to give you your movie reviews. We got the conscript to give you the ninja news. And we got the battle to talk about your sports. And as always, it is the Ask the Angry Ninja Show. So ask me a question. We'll give you the ninja knowledge you need for your ninja life. Search for us anywhere you get your podcast from. Just search for the Ask the Angry Ninja Show and enjoy the show.
So then, on the ice mat, I decided, okay, we're going to have Sebastian there with Scuttle. And it's going to be called Sebastian Go Fuck Yourself on Ice. I don't know anything beyond that, though. But I have talked to my people and Disney's people. And has not been approved yet.
Okay.
But hopefully it will be, because I'm thinking that, since Disney bought Fox and stuff, that maybe they can be a little bit more risque. And they'll be okay with me skating bottomless and doing a show called Sebastian Go Fuck Yourself. Do you think Disney would go for that?
No, I really doubt it. But who knows? I mean, they went for this, so
That's true. But they didn't go for this. They passed on it.
well, yeah, true. They did.
So, yeah.
Well, they didn't, but they allowed it to at least,
Get made.
potentially. Yeah.
So, we only have like 3 reviews on IMDb. I will read one of them.
Okay.
I have a 5 out of 10, a 4 out of 10, and a 6 out of 10. Which would you like me to read, Matt?
I'm surprised they're even that high. Really?
Yeah.
Just go with the lowest one.
Okay. The 4 out of 10. This was written by Martin Haffer on June 6th of 2020. So just last year. So I'm assuming that was shortly after the pandemic started.
Yeah.
And Mr. Martin Haffer here was so bored that he found this on YouTube and started watching it. But I can't really say anything because we watched it as well. So, his headline is typical of many early 90s kids shows, but it never ended up airing as a series. I enjoy pursuing YouTube from time to time to see what sorts of oddities I can find. One search term I used a few times is failed television pilots. And that is how I found Little Mermaid's Island, a failed show that was a collaboration between Jim Henson and Disney. It was among the last projects that Henson worked on before his untimely death. When I began watching, I realized that I am not the best reviewer for this one. After all, the show is clearly targeted towards young viewers, perhaps up to the ages of 6 or 7. So keep this in mind. I am a middle-aged guy, not some kid. So was it any good? It was okay, not bad. The puppets were sometimes pretty good, sometimes flat and expressionless, even when they talked. But the content seemed very similar to a lot of kids' shows I watched with my daughters when they were younger. Not a terrible show, but I could see why Henson wasn't happy with it. His puppets were really capable of more. The end. And that's a 4 out of 10. Okay. So reportedly both Disney and Jim Henson were very unhappy with the final results of this. And when they say Disney, I'm assuming they mean the company and not actual Walt Disney. I doubt he came back from the grave just to express his, discontentment with Go Fuck Yourself. With Sebastian Go Fuck
Right.
Yourself. Yes. Maybe he got up from the grave got up from the grave and just said, Sebastian, go fuck yourself, and then went back to,
Then, they took his head off and put it back on, then they put it back into the cryogenic,
He's not cryogenically frozen.
Oh, he's not? Okay.
That's been a rumor from day one, but he's actually buried in a grave.
Okay.
So.
Wow.
Yep. I don't know why that ever became a rumor, but yeah. Mr.
Probably
Mr. Disney is not frozen.
Probably,
but Frozen is Disney.
Yeah. Yeah, Walt Disney is not frozen.
Disney is not Frozen, but Frozen is Disney.
Yeah.
If we learn anything today, that's what we're learning. And so, Matt, would you recommend anybody watch this?
No, I don't. No, it's just bad. It really is. There's no redeeming qualities at all.
No.
Some of the stuff we watch, like Mr. Ed, 2004, there's enough in there to at least sort of entertain you a little bit. But man, like not only the song, there's too many songs, okay, but there was these parts where there would just be too much space in between people's lines. You just hear nothing but water going on for like 5 seconds. And I don't know if that's like a little kid thing. 'Cause I know that maybe a lot of these shows they're meant for like kids who are still like mentally developing. So maybe it's meant to like give them time to process, what was said or whatever. But as an adult, really no adult should even be watching this piece of shit anyway. But like, so it's just like someone talks and there's like 4 seconds of water.
I mean,
it's like, okay, like what? So that's why it reminds me again of like being too stoned, because like, like when you're too stoned, sometimes time can go really slow, and it's just like, oh, did we just say something? Like, that's what it felt like. Like, I'm not stoned. I haven't been in like a really long time. So like,
it's like it's like the main thing too with this is the fact that the message of the show, if you're letting kids watch this, is to lie to your friends.
Yeah. Yep.
And basically just say, Sebastian, go fuck yourself.
Right. Yep.
That's the message.
That is. I mean, that's literally the message.
Yep. Yep. Anyways, so anything else, Matt, before we wrap things up here?
Nah.
Yeah. I hated this thing.
Yeah.
There has not been much that we've watched for this podcast that I've hated more than this.
Yep.
I would rather watch Tooth Fairy 2 again.
Oh God. Or even make Tooth Fairy
3.
Really? Even make Tooth Fairy 3.
Yes.
And just watch that. Yeah, John Coolsack does not approve of this episode.
John Coolsack says, Sebastian, go fuck yourself. And Disney is not Frozen, but Frozen is Disney.
Yep.
Follow us on Patreon. Buy some of our merch at TeePublic.
We should make a t-shirt called Sebastian, go fuck yourself.
We will. I'm going to put that in the store, hopefully by the time this episode airs.
Awesome.
I will make that this week. Yes. And, share the show with people. Give us a 5-star review on the Apple Podcast platform. Be kind, people. Don't lie to your fucking friends.
Yeah.
Surprise parties are stupid. Just tell them that you're going to have them over for dinner or something.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, I've had surprise parties thrown for me in the past. They weren't horrible, but I still felt kind of, I don't know. My thing is you don't want to do that to somebody. You never know if they have a heart condition.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. You could end up killing your friend.
Which, that would not be good.
Yes.
And remember, Sebastian.
Yep. Go fuck yourself. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All Too Real 2 podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.